Well, here we are again, 1 year later. It's funny that I watched my previous video that I made like 2 days ago, and I was like, wow, it's gonna be a year in a few days. So I got the idea of making a video like this, I guess, every year. For what? Documentation, just see what happens. I don't know. But I guess we're gonna document every year one of these videos and just see where it goes. A lot has changed since a year ago. I feel like I have grown a lot. I went abroad for a summer. That was like right before I left last year. And then my sister got married, just crazy. Hopefully, I'll be an uncle soon. Um, I fell in love twice. Last year, I was going through that breakup, and that's why I was going through a lot of stuff. And now I am currently in love, so that's another thing. Different woman. I but what we're trying to work towards currently is grad school. Last year I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew it was something psych related, but now I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna be a counselor. I think that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna start moving towards that because I think that is the right direction I need to take. Because no one's really got it all together, right? No one's really got it all the answers. But I think that that's the right way to go. So I'm gonna follow that and see what happens. Just like life goes. But a year ago we were working on improvement as well. We're working on improvement now. That has not changed. Gym, that has not changed. I feel like a lot of personal growth has happened because I've had more experiences. Because the more experiences, the more wisdom and understanding ourselves on a deeper level. Because I just started actually journaling last year, and now I am more thorough with it. But I wonder what's going to happen a year from now, where I'm going to be, how I'm going to be. I'm hopeful for a great, great future. I know so, but you just got to have hope. So I have hope. I'm learning to stay positive and a lot of positive psychology stuff. So I want to stay positive that way. And so there's that. Because what are you going to do? If I'm not positive, how can I get anywhere? So yeah, there's that. And it's more of just taking actionable steps towards my future at this current moment. Like, what kind of future you want, but the vision might be a little blurry, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to have a clearer picture on what my future looks like. And so my steps during the day is more intentional. For instance, if I want to become a counselor, you got to apply to grad school. Who would have thought? And applying to grad school is a whole separate thing, and it's a whole separate thing, a whole separate deal. So, actionable steps, that's the first thing. But to get those actionable steps, you have to not be distracted. And that's another thing that I'm actually working on, and it's difficult for me. Even trying to do the work, like today I was writing essay one for a school, and I want it to be like very, very good. And so I do a lot of revisions, put it in Claude, so it helps me out. and I want it to sound good, and I want it to flow. And I know I'm not the best at writing right now, but we'll get better. It's about consistency and showing up every day. So we're doing that. But then, you get distracted by seeing like a little spider. There was a spider on the table, and I was like, "Man, this guy better not guy better not bite me." And so you get distracted by the spider, or you do one sentence on the essay, and you're like, then you stretch for a minute, and then you look at your phone, and I'm just like, oof. It's a learning curve, because you got to really be locked in when you're writing. So there's that. So we gotta work towards that, being the best version of myself I could be. My mentality is wants to shift towards a negative, because that's how people usually want to think. That's naturally how we humans think, is negatively. So mindset before action, because you're never gonna get where you want if you don't have that positivity. You know, what's the point in being negative and being cynical? You need a goal. I'm looking for my overall purpose, and the purpose needs to be for others, not just yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't do all these negative habits and things that tear you down, because you're disrespecting yourself, and you're disrespecting your family who's done so much for you, and you're disrespecting your future family. You're putting them down. How is all this gonna unfold if you're not gonna be the person you can be for your kids? And what's the point? Okay, maybe you don't want kids. Then what about your loved ones, your family, your friends? Don't forget about them. They care about you. I try to think about that in the gym when I'm pumping, and I was like, ugh, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this anymore. It's hard. But then, if I don't work hard, then I won't be used to pain. If I can't get used to pain, how am I supposed to do the hard things for my family, my future family? You know? Because they need someone strong to look up to and to be better. And so if you're that strong person for your kids, they're going to look up to you, and they're like, I want to be strong. And I want to be better just like my dad. And then they'll grow up and being strong, because you're going to teach them well, and you're going to be smart, and you're going to be capable, and you're going to teach them everything, so they got everything they need to be good people. And then their kids will grow up to be good people, because your kids are good people. And then that positivity and those good things that you're bringing to the people around you, that's going to flow on to others. It's going to infect others, and it's going to become contagious to everyone else. And the whole world will be better because you're better, and then you're better because everyone else is better. It's contagious. It's infectious. That's what I think, anyways. I think that's a beautiful thing. That's what I want. But to have that, I have to be better in the process. And that's hard, because there's things that are impeding your path. Because you want to struggle, but then your mind wants to shift towards the comfortable. And it's hard, but it's okay, because we got to do it one step at a time. You don't want to write these papers, but why are you going to write? If you don't write those papers, what are you going to do? You're just going to sit there and do nothing? We can't just sit here and do nothing. Because you got to put yourself to this bar right here. Like, I have to do this. I can't let anyone down. And I know it's hard, but you're going to get through it. I believe in myself. I believe in you. You're going to do it. Because you have to. You have to do it. There's no other choice. There is really no other choice. And that's okay. but we're going to do it together. A year from now, you're going to be much different from you. A year from now, you will be much different from a year you were then. I think I've changed from a year from now. And so, next year, when I make this video, I'm not going to be in this room because I'm going to be moved out in July. And we'll see where I end up. I signed a lease for somewhere else here in Charleston, but I'm applying to grad schools, so maybe I'll be somewhere else. Don't let anything hold you back. Our life is full of infinite possibilities. You just have to believe in them. I love you. I love y'all. Cheers to growth.